Ooh, baby.
Caroline. Hello everybody, welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It is the 13th of December and myself and Dan and John are going to... What was that about?
Got a mulled wine.
Dan, that's really intense and there's no window open here. We're not going to have a good time if you do that again. He said spraying an air freshener.
I didn't spray.
Oh, did you not? Did you do a fake?
Was it that fake one, yeah?
It's like my convincing paper trick. Hey? This is a podcast. John and Dan are here. Okay, so we'll talk about our trip. We went to Old Trafford. My bad. Slots for editing.
Oh, go on.
So anyway, sorry about the brief break there. How are you? Yeah, how are things, John?
Great.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about our trip to Old Trafford, and then we'll talk about the rest of Premier League results. And we're going to talk about Champions League, right? So we got there on the Friday night. It was Friday last week. We arrived in Manchester Airport, slightly delayed. We had nice time sitting beside each other, making an awful racket. Had a €5 hop house tin, didn't we? On the old.
We all went to the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Dan went first, and then I quickly followed.
No, I went last.
Dan went last. Sorry, Neil went first.
No, Dan went first, and then I
Definitely
went.
not.
Because you
came. I would have had to climb over.
We had 3 days of the street to get through.
So you, right?
You're wrong. John went first, then Neil.
You didn't go
Two.
first.
You didn't. I definitely didn't go first.
He definitely didn't go
Well,
first.
then you went first.
No, you went first. I'll tell you why. We looked behind and there was no one there, and we were like, oh yeah, because I had many a pint. I'll tell that story in a minute. But you went, and then I was like, great. And I got up behind you because remember I was at the window. So you went first to help over John, then I went after you. By the time I'd gotten up, 10 seconds passed, and there's 8 people in the queue. And I was just like, sweet Jesus. And that's when you opened the door. I was there and I was like, thank you. Because I had to wait for you. And then when I got there, John was like, doing his thing. That did happen.
I think I went first.
I'm pretty sure John went first, but I'm pretty sure I went last, but it's a good story.
It's a true story. Here's another true story. So I wanted to go to the smoking area in the airport because I was going to be there a few hours before everyone else. So I figured out that you can actually walk from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1 after you go through security.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I got many people to also do that, and it caused sweaty messes of walks back. So I feel very proud of myself for that.
I'll tell my story.
Okay.
So I was packing, as I do, and I only had clean ankle socks. I didn't have clean proper socks. But anyway, me and the wife were decided we'll get food in Dundrum before we go to the airport. So I was like, grand. So we started driving. Traffic is quite bad on a Friday evening. Who knew?
Yeah.
So
2 weeks before Christmas.
So we decided to skip Dundrum and just drive straight to the airport. And I was like, no problem. I'll just get food in the airport and socks. They sell socks in the airport.
Yeah.
But don't they?
Yeah.
So we get to the airport. We get airport parking. €3 for the first hour. And the wife comes in. Well, at this point, I'm getting a bit stressed, even though the flight is like 3 hours away, getting a bit panicked and antsy. So she's like, well, we'll leave it. She goes. I'm like, grand. I'll go inside. I'll get socks, Burger King, pint, and fine. I go through security. I'm on the escalator up to Burger King. Picking out, I find out that the Burger King in the airport has the wonderful Coke machine that has 5 different flavors. Very excited. Get a phone call from the wife. You didn't give me khaki.
So you were actually ahead of me.
Yeah, I was wondering. You guys, because I wasn't texting.
We just presumed you were stuck like in Tal on the M50.
We appeared the worst.
So I had to hand the car keys back to the security. They gave it back to the wife.
I didn't realise you got all the way to Burger King. That's the funniest part.
And then I ran into Dan and got Burger King, had a few pints, and then
standard.
Jumped on a plane and realised, lads, I've no socks.
Didn't you see some QPR luminaries?
Yeah.
It's always QPR.
I mean, yeah, it's always good.
Could not find it.
They lost anyway. That was the main thing, you know.
So we landed and we went to the hotel room and we found that the room we were sharing, all 3 of us, it was 3 cubic meters squared with a double bed and then a bunk. And we did a rock paper scissors to see who would get the bunk. Dan won. 3-way rock paper scissors is a very underrated game, may I say.
Neil greatly false advertised sharing a bed with him.
So let's just say, you know the way John didn't bring socks? Neil didn't bring pajamas.
I did.
And decided not to wear underwear in the bed.
You're jumping to the second night.
No, the second night, I took
Let's wait till we get there.
Yeah, we'll wait.
We'll wait till we get there. The first night we slept, it was very civil. So the first night we went to meet the guys in the pub across the road. We were late. We barely made last orders.
We didn't see anybody in
No,
the bag.
we were drinking in the room. We actually bought beers in the airport, which I've never done before, to go drink in a room. Very small room. And then, it was very good. Then we had a joint, and then we got on the metro for free, because we were told that under no circumstances should we pay, which I thought was great. I felt like it was fine as long as I was told not to pay. And then we went to kind of like a sun holiday strip area that just felt like you were constantly being badgered. And one woman said, "Oh, free in, free shot." We went into this place called...
There was nowhere where you would pay.
No, it wasn't. It was called El Diablo. There was tits everywhere. There was gangster rap with the N-word every 3 seconds.
With the N-word and the tits, I felt very uncomfortable. I left almost immediately.
John, I took your shot. Yeah, 3 shots.
So in a classic moment of nightclub communication, there was a line of us about 7 or 8 deep to the bar. I was in the very middle, right? And this is my fault, by the way. I said to the guys ahead of us, "Lads, will we abort?" And they said, "Yeah," because this woman was not going to like the shots. So it was you and someone else were at the back, and I turned around and I did the "get out of here" kind of hand to the next signal, right? You guys left. As I turned around, the shots were coming. I turned around, John! So we got to drink their shots. It was almost as if we meant to do it.
I'm absolutely fine with it.
And then we saw your man get arrested outside McDonald's.
That was hours later.
Then we went to a bar called Gorilla, which was kind of like what you would think an indie food establishment in Dublin would look like.
Yes.
A hipster food establishment. And that was just really nice. And all night we were really worried about an upstairs place that had a reserved sign.
You were sitting up there by yourself.
So I was told that. I was like, look, if I get drunk enough, I'll do it. I'll go up, I'll try and get us all up. I was trying to get the courage up. I felt like I kind of put myself in the corner because I've said I'm going to do it. And now I kind of have to. These are people I don't really know. I can't be someone who backs out on the first night. So I was like, fuck it, here I go. Had enough drinks, look left, look right, snuck over the velvet rope, made my way up the stairs, turned left, nobody there. So then I'm sitting there by myself waiting for everyone to come up. I literally was there for 20 minutes. So that was it, really. We left about half an hour before everyone else, and we went and we had a lovely McDonald's where they had a very unique queuing system.
That was one of the best McDonald's I've ever had in my life.
It was actually great.
It was unreal.
I got a lot of chicken nuggets and asked for a lot of curry sauce. I didn't get any curry sauce.
We got about 1 billion red sauce.
I didn't get any. I only got
We asked for curry sauce as well, but we didn't get one.
I got my walking double
No
cheese.
curries left. So then we got the cab home. We got the cab home, and I almost got killed by the wind opening the door. It literally took me with it because we were kind of on the river that we never found the name of.
We're on the Keys.
Still to this day we don't know the name yet. So then the next day we got up and we went to was it Frankie's? It's called Frankie's.
Frankie and Benny's.
Frankie and Benny's for breakfast. I made a rookie mistake, but you guys had great breakfast.
That's the biggest breakfast I've ever seen.
I just thought it'd be really funny to get eggs Benedict. But I thought the saving grace would be I'll get them with rashers. Now the rashers that Dan got were crispy rashers. Mine were like sweated hog. And it was really, really subpar.
The rashers looked how you felt.
Yeah, they looked. Yeah, that's true. And hollandaise sauce for breakfast, like, come on. I just thought it'd be funny to say I got eggs Benedict. Then we went back to the pub that we met the lads in the night before for last orders to watch the Liverpool match, where
it got more and more uncomfortable as more and more United.
Neil kept on. Sal on the ball. Stop, Neil, please stop.
Well, actually, to be fair, slightly exaggerating.
I held myself quite well until the last Salah goal, in which case I screamed and then walked quietly out the door.
The funny thing was Neil kept walking out for a smoke and going to the toilet. Every time he came back, there was another goal. He didn't see one goal. There was 4 in the match.
There was 4 goals in the match. I missed all 4. It became a running joke when I left there'd be a goal. But John was getting very uncomfortable with the whole you can't celebrate thing, to the point where he looked like a man hungover, which he was, in a bar, which he was, with every single X he's ever had there. He was just like the sheepish man.
I felt as uncomfortable as me and Neil have a story of watching the Champions League final last year, me not celebrating the Mane goal. I had the same look in my face. I was as uncomfortable because there was as many people there that I hated, mostly football fans. It was incredibly warm. I wasn't like you guys drank not a fair bit, but a decent
amount. I had 4 drinks in that boat.
Yeah, I had one. I got one at the start.
Dan got a drink that he was hoping he'd get whilst in the
Waddington.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
I thought it was too flat for me in the morning.
I liked it.
I'm glad you did.
I had a good time.
So it was raining all day. It was supposed to be lashing the entire time. And as luck would have it, the second the Liverpool game ended, it had stopped raining.
We were a 10-minute walk.
We walked up to Old Trafford unscathed. How would you lads rate the atmosphere on the walk up? It was kind of nice.
It was, but I think though.
It was a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff.
Saturday 3 o'clock.
Like,
tourists, all that to be fair, but as well though that the vibe of the whole club is so bad that like the amount of empty seats, there must have been 10,000 seats maybe over the whole stadium empty.
Oh, I think that's a bit much.
There was a good couple of thousand.
I'd say a couple of hundred.
I'd say more than that.
No, man, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway,
you look around the whole place. It was just empty seats scattered everywhere.
I thought definitely in our section and to our for people for context, we were in which stand?
East stand, behind the opposite director.
And to our left, over in that corner, like corner flag area, there's a shit ton, but I didn't see many else. Anyway, so we walk up to Old Trafford. We pass. There's many vendors selling accoutrements and stuff with Man United insignia on it. We passed a man that would become a great man later on.
Oh, so the highlight of the trip.
I can't wait to get there. So anyway, we go to Old Trafford, and we had how long to spare, lads, before this happy hour?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. So they're doing this thing called happy hour to get people in early,
which apparently has only started recently.
Sign
to
of
get
the
the fans
times.
singing and
yeah.
So we arrived. Was it 2:27?
In and around.
And we were in the queue at 2:27.
And how much were they? It was like 210.
2 for 5, wasn't it?
I think one beer was a $5 or so. I think it was 250 or 250.
Oh man! So we got 2 Heineken each. We sculled it into us. We had a great time, and that's when we started hearing the anti-Leeds and anti-Liverpool chants.
Well, like I think you guys sort of spelled. I had that. You were saying when we got our tickets, we couldn't get 3 together at the time, so we got a 2 and a 1.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, how will we make the decision? And then your man that we collected tickets off quickly made the decision by giving Dan 2 tickets and giving me 1 solo ticket. Okay. So at a minute you guys were like, I want to see the start of the match, so like you downed your beer. And I was like, I don't care. I just sat there quietly and enjoyed my beer.
Well, my logic was I spent like €80 on a ticket.
Yeah.
I wanted to see 90 minutes.
Yeah, but you weren't going to get like 3 goals in the first half.
But, yeah.
So anyway, we were pretty much like, we were in the exact same spot, the exact same seat, except myself and Dan were about 15 rows higher than John. And John sent us a message, empty seat beside him. Me and Dan, in fact, had empty seat beside us. So after convincing Dan for 10 minutes to go down...
we went down as soon as Ashley Young scored. It was perfect timing.
We did. And we the rest of the game together, and it was maybe the highlight of the trip for me, joining in and all the... we're not allowed to say this, are we?
What?
Are we allowed to say what chants we were doing?
We all hate Leeds home.
Yeah, we were doing all
Leeds Scousers, One City, fuck off home.
Yeah.
5 Cantonas. Doing them all. Fucking brilliant. I think I might convert.
I would like.
But no longer the scum.
We were definitely the most obnoxious people in our stand.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Screaming Fellaini at the top of our lungs.
When he brought on McTominay!
Oh, Mourinho
instead of Fellaini. I was so upset.
Mourinho, the biggest cock tease ever. Fellaini and Pogba warming up the entire time. I wanted to see Pogba because I actually kind of rate him. I also wanted to see Fellaini.
I just want to see
I'm
Fellaini.
a football hipster. And then McTominay comes on. I was like, Mourinho out.
The man who has his own award named after him. So the final score was 4-1. Fulham got a penalty. Fulham looked like they've got to play football in the first half. It was kind of amazing.
They did a little bit
better.
Even said
that on Match of the Day, like Mourinho was like, I think Ranieri was like, it was like men against boys out there, and then Mourinho was like, it was the match changed at halftime. We were more even when Ranieri made the changes.
So let's jump straight ahead to last night. Really, like a lot of people are like, this is the Man United. We finally felt like Matt in the post-match interview was like, this is what we've been waiting to show the world. And I think, lads, it was just and we're going to talk about relegation soon. I think it was just a case that we happened to come across Old Trafford at a time where they're playing a team that's been doing terrible while in transition with a new manager. Like, they lost again last night in Champions League. They did qualify, but I don't think that this was a big turning point that was being advertised.
I don't think anyone said that.
I don't think any of us could believe how bad Fulham were.
Martin said it.
Yeah.
Well, Martin's a nice guy. He's probably just trying to be happy and give some good spirits around.
Well, like, the keeper should have got, like, the young goal was a cracker. Yeah, but the keeper should have done better.
Yeah, Rico should have saved Rashford.
Do you remember when we all used to buy Rico in our Master League? He's a surefire bet.
But Rico actually had a decent game, except for that. Like, he made a few good saves. Your man, Dennis Adoy, though, was playing right back. Like, he was awful. He was so bad. He couldn't get Carney in the game. Sessegnon didn't do much. Mitrovic was just not holding up the ball.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, I think it was at half time, Fulham last year had like Carney, McDonald, Johansson, and Norwood as their four midfielders. They've completely ripped that up. Johansson and McDonald are in reserves. Carney's just come back from injury. Bring your man in, Aguisa, he got sent off. Seri hasn't settled. They've completely ripped up their midfield. So, like, thinking all those players are coming in, they're like, we got them promoted, and then they just shifted out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously not going to be easy now. But I think Ranieri will bring some harmony back because I think he's very good at that. But
eventually,
they might run out of time because they're a hell of a long way off.
Were you telling us this in the first hot dog queue? It wasn't a hot dog queue. Or the second
hot dog
queue.
yeah.
That was my mistake. To be fair, I walked into the queue. I presume it was selling food.
It's a fucking bane of my life that day. Okay, I'm telling you. So we go down at half time, and we stayed within our area.
We left at 44 minutes or 42 minutes.
Oh yeah, well this makes it worse. Yeah,
the third goal because I joked with your man because I don't like leaving football grounds because I don't like upsetting people around me. So I went, it's over now. Beat the traffic. I was just like,
didn't we walk out in 90 minutes before they wrapped the whistle?
Yeah.
So
football they go to.
We get there. We go downstairs and there's a great deal on there. You get either crisps and a chocolate bar. You get a Heineken and you get either a pie or the most amazing looking hot dog in a fucking baguette for like whatever, £10 or something. And we queue up in the one fucking queue and we spent 10 minutes there. Until we get to the top and we realise this is pie only, lads. It's pie only. We join another queue. By the time we get to the top of that, there's no hot dogs left.
No hot dogs left.
No beef left.
So I buy a fucking pie. Then Dan goes to do the same, fails to get the deal, and then is not allowed to go back.
No, I completely forgot to ask for the bar. And I go, actually, can I have the bar? Can I have the what the fuck it was? The crunch? What was it?
It was a Kit Kat.
And I was just like, can I have a Kit Kat for the meal? No, I've already put it in. I can't get back. I'm like, why not? I was like, and one of the other guys in another part of the stadium didn't ask for the chocolate. And I go, you know, if you actually get the bar, it's cheaper. I'll run it right through again for you.
I said that was earlier. She's at dealing with like 1,000 people at half time asking for hot dogs.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the game.
So now I guess it's the time to ask you guys. We didn't stray much out of the concessions in our area.
And by the way, the pie was awful.
Oh yeah, so we had to horse the fucking beer and the pie.
So John bought 2 more beers each.
Yeah, because of all the queuing. But we'd finished the beers and still not finished the pie. Like I remember the pie. Which pie did you get? I got the fucking potato and meat pie.
No.
The meat was a mystery.
I think I got steak and onion or something. I don't know what the hell. Like it wasn't very nice.
It was the worst shit I've ever.
It was like shortbread and then with like dog food in it or something.
Yeah,
it was literally like it was like as hard as shortbread.
So what did you guys think of the stadium in a whole? Like,
it was incredible.
Fantastic stadium. I loved actually the way we were at the East Stand, for example. Like it wasn't that much a big like, you know, when you go down and get your pie and your drink, it was a small little area, so there wasn't too many people there, and you could find people easily, and they only let a certain amount of people in. So obviously that was scattered around. It was very well laid out.
Oh yeah,
to be fair, it was very modern, but like it was great view and stuff. Great stadium now.
Yeah, it looks like a stadium where there's like almost no bad seats. So
and so much legroom.
And we kind of got to see everything. You got Man Utd scoring at both ends.
On the Lukaku score.
You got opposition penalty, you got opposition red card.
Which we all missed.
Yeah, it was great stuff though. So anyway, we're leaving the stadium and
I mentioned in passing when I was walking through the stadium that I'd seen a stand with the Schneiderlin scarf.
Yes.
And Dan's face lit up.
Yes.
Like a Leeds fan who just realised he's wasted his life and should have been supporting Man Utd this time.
No, it was not on Hal scarf.
Well yeah, they were together.
We started talking about the fact that they might have some old school
old scarves.
And we went and found a man who had a bargain bucket, and under every scarf there was a greater scarf. In fact, I was like, so Dan got Van Hal,
yeah,
you got Falcao, and I went back not once, not twice, but thrice.
You started with
Schneiderlin. Then I went back and I got
Darren Fletcher.
Then I got Darren Fletcher.
He was too much of a legend. Like he had a proper career.
Yeah, like, I think that's a fair scarf.
Yeah, he wasn't funny enough.
And then when I saw Mkhitaryan.
2015 trend.
And we asked for Moyes, and apparently he sold it about 45 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
So does last Moyes scarves. Like those Moyes scarves he's been trying to sell since 2013.
So you might think to yourself, like, this is a very stupid thing to do. What's the real point in it? Well, not only was it a very funny thing to do, but this weekend was literally laid out for the three of us perfectly. It started with a Liverpool match. We've got 2 Liverpool fans and a Liverpool sympathiser to a point. Then we go to the Stag at 3 o'clock at Old Trafford. And then we find out with our season tickets that we bought for the day, we are allowed to go across the road to Gary Neville's Hotel Football, where they have a basement that happens to be showing the half five.
And Leeds won.
Leeds also won.
Following on Twitter and live score on Old Trafford.
So we're all going to Gary Neville's Hotel to watch Chelsea and City. And the greatest thing about it for me and John is that we get to really pretend to be Man United fans and cheer City losing because it means Liverpool will be top of the league.
I don't think the Man United fans copped what was actually going to happen there.
Of course they didn't, because we had the scarves. But if they had looked closer
at
the scarves...
No, I'm saying it's by cheering Chelsea on.
Oh, no, they didn't.
It was just like, when Liverpool are top now, you hate them probably more.
So we got the ultimate irony of being in Manchester after seeing United win, cheering on City losing, in Gary Neville's hotel, wearing parody scarves, reality cheering for Liverpool.
So what was...
couldn't have been a better weekend.
What was your favourite part of the match then?
Which one?
The match we saw.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were going on to Chelsea.
No, but like in general, like
when you came out of the toilet very sheepish because the way the urinals are in Old Trafford.
Oh God, I was terrified.
Like you're being, but there's a wall.
Oh, there's a good wall.
Like there's
small
a
wall
that shuts like just underneath your neck, so you're staring directly at another person urinating.
Yeah.
And someone had stared directly at Dan, not blinking, and just said, "We all hate Leeds come." And Dan quickly put it away.
I literally thought my cover was blown. I'm like, what am I doing? Did I say something?
Were you not filming yourself?
No, I was walking back to the jet.
Oh, I thought you were filming yourself.
The next time, and they all started again, and I go, I better get involved here and give it a bit of something.
I thought what happened was I'd come out of the jack.
I was like sister acting in the casino. Running around like nuns, like it's trying to blend in.
Casino was a movie reference.
I thought what happened was I had taken a piss, and I came out and I said, technically I pissed on Old Trafford. And then you went in for a piss, and I thought you were going to do a Snapchat of yourself, and then that's when you got caught.
No, I got caught before.
Right, okay.
So I went back in with Dutch courage. Dutch courage, that's why I got the Van Helsing.
Perfect. So when we went to Hotel Football, they were selling cans. It was very, very cheap. We got to meet up with the rest of the stag, which was great. And due to meeting up with the rest of the stag, I think it's safe to say that I saw more of the match on the highlights than I actually did when I was there. I didn't pay too much attention to the match. We were all having a great time, but
that's what was mad about that match. Like I was sort of watching it, but there was a minute, like 20 minutes in, where City were just smashing them, like almost playing with them. Like Sané just refused to shoot. Like that's when you play something who's much better than you at Pro Evo, like when I play Unit, and I just refused to shoot until I get a proper angle. And then like Kante scoring it. Cool.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, Pep will usually say, like, oh, I was very disappointed when they went 4-0. Like, I'm like, oh, it could have been so much better, the passing could have been better. But Pep, after this game, said, we were absolutely brilliant.
Well, he generally always tries to take positives in a lot.
I guess what I'm saying is that, like, a lot of people did feel the scoreline wasn't properly reflected.
Oh, no, City should have deserved something out of it, but they didn't, and at the end of the day, Liverpool are top now. And after, when we got back from playing the Scarce and all that, me and Neil then, we were drinking Southern Comfort and Iron Brew, great show, John. And John then was kind of having a bit of a sleep, and me and Neil then went into a drunken argument about that Neil doesn't think that Liverpool are a better team than last year, which is just, I've never heard such absolute nonsense.
That's not what I said.
You did.
That's not what I said.
You did.
That's what I said. I said the fact that our front three, aren't gelling as well as before means we're going to have a harder time against the bigger teams. Therefore, getting to something like Champions League final is going to be harder this year than it was last year.
Yeah, you haven't lost the game in the league.
In the league, yes.
And you've beat Napoli. Should have beaten them 4-0 through to the next round of the Champions League.
Let's look at it this way, right? We played Arsenal at the right time. We played Chelsea at the right time, okay? Because technically, if you look at the Carling Cup game, right, you had the rollover from that. Like, I don't think at the second half of the season, I do see, basically, right, last year, let's say if Salah got injured, you'd still think we'd have a goal in us against a big team. This year, I wouldn't say that.
And also last year, they're going to concede. You conceded 6 league goals now. Christmas is next week.
Did you hear that stat?
Go again.
Liverpool scored more goals against Alisson in 2 games last year than the entire Premier League has made.
That is true.
Like, I really think you're so over the top. You're top of the league. There's no negative. You are top of the league. We're in Christmas next week. Like, wasn't the plan always to be within 3 points of City until like March?
Of course.
I'm going. Like, I know obviously as long as time to go, but
my issue is this.
There shouldn't be an issue.
Well, here it is. We're going to play Man City second half of the season. right? Where it's really squeaky bum time. Could have dropped points by then. Who knows? They probably won't. Last year, I tried to see Liverpool scoring more against City, and we scored a boatload against City last year than I would this year. And if we're going to win the league, it's City who we have to beat because it's going to end up being a 2-horse race.
Well, there's no reason why you can't beat.
And then when it comes to like playing the bigger games in the Champions League and the Champions League final, right? You look at Napoli, we lost away. PSG, we lost away. We lost all 3 Champions League away games. The Liverpool from last year wouldn't do that. When we play bigger teams, if we have to go to the San Siro,
we were hammered by Rome in the semi-final. We got away with it very luckily in 5 minutes ago.
If we go to Munich, we're not winning. Like stuff like that.
You'd beat Munich. And by the way, Klopp has the best record against Pep Guardiola against any other manager.
I know that's true, but what if Muller does a karate kick to the back of Salah's head? It's topical. He did it yesterday. Anyway, I just worry about big games because of our men's scoring. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was watching the match the other day and I didn't realise just how many away matches Spurs have played this year. I know it's because of the whole stadium thing. But on the whole 2-horse thing, they've played a lot more away games than any other Premier League.
When are they moving in?
Ransom put back again. February knows when.
They might get Champions League.
So what happens if they do have
like they're renting it out like
they're playing some games in Wembley, but like say the Liverpool Spurs game where we beat them in Wembley, that was supposed to be in the new stadium, but they asked to swap. But Liverpool would have had like 3 away matches. No. So they've asked a lot of teams. That's why all their matches are away when they should be at home.
Yeah.
So that's why they played a lot more away matches.
And what's this stuff to do with it?
Just that I think that like they have a lot of home matches in the second half of the season.
Everyone has to play everyone though. You know,
I'm just saying they're not too far off. I'm just saying.
No, well they're not going to challenge the two.
They might.
They won't.
They won't.
But like at the end of the day, Liverpool's been away to Arsenal, away to Chelsea,
Spurs,
and away to Spurs.
Yes.
And you've taken 5 points out of 9, and you've only conceded 2 goals.
I have never been happier in my life with Liverpool defence.
And
I just want to win
you've
something.
got Man United
I
the
just want to win
weekend.
something.
Mourinho will try and spoil the game, whatever.
Really though?
Yeah. Of course he does.
He's already like.
Of course he does. He doesn't. Mourinho does not want to lose. If he'd rather lose 1-0 and put 11 men behind the ball than lose, try and attack and try and do a game and be picked off and lose 3-0. Because he feels if I lose 3-0 against Liverpool, that could be the final end of happen for him. But if he loses 1-0, regardless how they play, if they we only lost 1-0, and they've got like Fellaini will have a header last minute, will hit the post or something. That's where he sees the game.
I'm convinced that United will get points after Liverpool this weekend.
So am I.
But I just think that the Mourinho tactic you're talking about, I agree, it is a Mourinho tactic. But when he's done it the last few years against Liverpool, the terrible matches. None of Liverpool's front 3 have a goal and assist against United. No. That's how bad they play.
Yeah.
But they are usually ahead of them or just behind them. But now they're a lot behind the top 4 already. And
do you know as well?
Not going to change.
I disagree with you, Dan. I think after beating Fulham and still getting to the knockouts, I don't think a defeat to Liverpool will be enough to do them in. Personally.
Well, I think it's all going to come down to the last 16 game Champions League. If they go out of that, I think it's done.
I think there's a huge chance there. Right, listen, before we jump ahead to the Champions League, is there anything else from the Premier League? We always talked about all the big games because we saw them all. Spurs beat Leicester 2-0 as well. We missed that. We were having the exact same argument we're having now. And anything else to talk about? Or we move on to
Arsenal 14 unbeaten, which I just want to say is very good.
The relegation fight.
The relegation is, again, it's very early for a pattern of relegation teams to really show up. Like Fulham, Southampton, Burnley are bottom 3. Palace, Newcastle, and Cardiff. Cardiff are, I think, 14th. And there's only I think they're 5 points ahead of Burnley, who are 18th. But then there's 8 points into Brighton, who are 12th or 13th. So you could probably think that 7 teams are already in it. And for this start of the season, because usually there's 10 teams in it at this stage, you really think there's actually just 3 leagues now. There's actually the top 5 are gone. Then it's Everton, Man United, and then from below Everton, it's Bournemouth, Leicester, Brighton, Wolves. That kind of rather complete mid-table, and then you've got the relegation.
Yeah,
it's there's a couple of leagues in it, and I think it's the earliest we've seen actually go. You can narrow it down. I don't think anyone's going to get sucked down. I don't think Brighton or Watford will. I think they're too good. I think Wolves are just keep getting results. I think you've got your. 3 of those are going to go, personally.
Do you not think Newcastle lost to Wolves, didn't they, James?
Well, like at the end, like Cardiff are
the Burnley
top of the
Brighton
line.
game and Cardiff Southampton game has been a match from any generation of football at any point. Like just watching it, like these like kicking the shit out of each other, no anything happening, but it's fun to have those teams.
Speaking of a past generation of football, we glossed over completely the Raheem Sterling thing that happened during City and Chelsea. So obviously these guys have been banned for making racial
Still
slurs.
claiming he didn't say it.
Yeah, he only said he was a mank cunt. Lovely bloke. Football fans, innit?
But he says, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that" and all that crap. But, like,
Like, sort of
you know what's going on in
whether it
England,
was
like.
gone at all, but like Spurs fans threw a banana skin.
But, that was very not really much said about it.
I think that's because your man's excuse was just so wacky people ignored it. He grabbed his son's banana skin, threw it without thinking, and only realised the kind of significance of the visual afterwards. He said he shouldn't have thrown anything anyway, but he knew it was soft and it wasn't.
Did he get banned for life as well?
I don't know.
He should be.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just like I'm not. Remember, like I think that like the way Spurs are seen in the media, they get away with a lot more than other teams do. I think there's a lot of the English players and all that. No, exactly. But like why aren't those Spurs guys they were talked about? Like it's just like, oh yeah, there was a banana thrown at Aubameyang. We move on. It was just like
I don't know, Dan. I guess as well because like Spurs fans have been kind of marginalised as well over the years for being like a club synonymous with Jewish fans.Maybe people feel like they're not bad eggs. They know how it feels.
No. I'm not calling all Spurs on bad. I'm just saying that the incident in general, it was highlighted a lot more because of Raheem Sterling. Now, but it wouldn't have been maybe if Aubameyang had come out and said something. Because Sterling had to pretty much come out and say that, which is like he's very right, by the way. Like,
Sterling is very much like a beacon of media interest. Sterling is like the ultimate back page kind of guy.
But you know,
which is just
he's England's best player.
Oh, that was the front page.
But he's England's best player.
But you have to remember, Dan, we live in the Twitter world where everything is instant and a news cycle that would have lasted 7 days now lasts 7 minutes. So it's just for the next thing to happen, and now there's always stuff happening. Ergo, the Sterling thing. Let's have a look at the. I think we talked too much about Liverpool. So I just want to briefly mention before we go through Champions League groups that I almost died several times in the last 10 minutes of that game. I don't know what you think, Dan, but Alisson's save was one of the most absurd things I've seen at the end of a Champions League game in a long time.
In terms of a moment, it was huge, but it's not the best save of the Champions League.
Okay, before we get to that, Mane's miss.
Which one?
Yeah,
Which one?
The one-on-one.
He missed 3. Like, I mean...
Dan, he did.
Like they were...
Huh?
So did Salah.
Yeah. See, there's something up with them sometimes. They're
human.
Yeah, but Dan, it's happening a lot more now than
Salah is...
Here we go again.
Firmino, Mane and Salah scored like, 2 less goals than this time last year?
But Dan, would you agree?
No.
Worse?
No. No, Firmino scored like...
The 3 of them put together.
A bucket. Well, Salah's on
3
par.
3 of them put together. I think they're like 2 or 3 goals off.
Mane's
No, they're definitely not.
No. Salah's a little down, Mane's a little up, and Firmino's way down.
Yeah, I think Firmino seems to be... Well, he's getting...
Because he's not playing in position.
He's getting pushed out to the right. Now, Salah's awesome in the middle. Like,
do you think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just...
How great to argue that when he scored the cracker against Napoli and then a hat-trick against Fulham when being failed from Salzburg.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, that's a player and he just doesn't die.
The goal against... No, and maybe should. The goal against Napoli, though, came from his natural position. He wasn't playing through the centre for that goal. He did literally go... Koulibaly stepped up and he went... Oh!
By the way, did you see Koulibaly run after... Was it Mane or Salah?
He is a very intimidating force.
He was faster than him. I've never seen... He's about 6'4" or 5. And he's looking like Usain Bolt.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He is going to go for such stupid money.
Especially when Napoli getting knocked out. Now, I don't think he'll go in January, but I think...
he can go in January. They got rid of the cup run.
Say that again, John?
Like, there's no...
Cup tied? Really?
You're not cup tied anymore. So he can go to United and play it.
Do you think Man United would bid 100 million for him in January?
It depends if they keep Mourinho on.
Would you go to Man United if you were him?
Oh yeah, it's not really. Probably get like 2.
Barca are looking for defenders.
No. They got PK on TV.
There's a rumor
maybe
United want Poch, but not till the summer.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
But then I think Real Madrid will also want Poch.
Before I go through this list here, Dan, what was the best save of the Champions League final day of group stage match?
Ederson's was great, and Oblak had an unbelievable save.
Phil Jones block.
Phil Jones, he's the first Man United player to score an own goal in Champions League since.
We got to see Phil Jones play.
Oh yeah.
It was
By the way,
Jones.
the best part of that match I saw was when Mike Smalling somehow ended in the number 10 position.
He did.
He had two wingers either side.
He did.
Looked around, panicked, turned around and fired the ball back 50 yards.
He did.
It was the funniest thing I have ever seen. A
I like
professional footballer couldn't look up and make a pass.
I like Lukaku losing the ball in his own feet.
Do you see as well? I think I crossed in Lukaku. He went ahead and I just hit his head and just bounced straight in the air. Biggest man. He's got bigger since last time I saw him. He's huge.
If you can, go see a live match for your team. This is like
It's beautiful.
I had a
It's
lot of
beautiful.
fun.
Okay, so Group A, we have Dortmund and Atletico going through. Monaco finishing last.
Henry hasn't won a game, does he?
no, he
Yes,
has,
he has,
but he's
yeah.
lost 6 of 10. Did you see the press conference where
He was that young man. I never even heard of him.
he got up? The young lad got up and walked away, and then Henry was like, "What are you doing?" And the young player to come back and push his chair.
What?
Yeah, Henry or Marlon, yeah. But I think he's trying to bring some discipline in. So.
Okay.
Fun with discipline.
Group B, Barcelona and Tottenham going through. Tottenham really coming up from the ashes in the
To be
last
fair,
3 games.
Inter absolutely boshed this group. They needed to beat PSV at home.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling said that Spurs were the best English team
Did
he's
you
ever
hear
seen
that?
at the Nou Camp. Now, I would say that it was a second-string Barcelona team
Oh,
Very,
fuck that.
very
with
much
two
so.
players that cost more than the whole Spurs squad.
Yeah.
But also, Game Balaguer wrote a book of
He's his mate.
He's also a bit of a
He played for Espanyol centre half. He managed Espanyol, and he's his mate.
Kim Balaguer was a centre half.
No, Pochettino.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what? It's like,
Yeah, he said it was the best.
Couldn't even defend
But should Man United go there in '99 and win?
did it finish 1-0?
What?
The Spurs Barca game.
1-1.
Well,
Spurs needed the draw.
Oh, who scored the?
Lucas.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, jeez. It was so disconcerting. I was watching it in the pub, and the 2 TVs. You know, they were the 3 TVs
Yeah.
on the island in the smoking area. 2 TVs were playing the Liverpool match. 1 TV was playing the Spurs match, but the Spurs audio was louder for some reason, even though Liverpool was occupying 2 TVs. So I was watching Liverpool, and I was just hearing Spurs and seeing a reflection of Liverpool. And it was very, very upsetting. And I remember Lucas Moore scoring, but I already was having a panic attack. Group C, PSG and Liverpool going through.
Napoli really balls us up. They were like probably the best team in the group, but
Yeah.
PSG were the only team to beat Red Star home and away. And that was it. Like Liverpool were just beat the
I didn't
three
think
out at home.
PSG would top that group.
Liverpool threw on goals as well. Scraped it. Absolutely scraped it. Group D, Porto and Schalke go through.
The group of life.
Yeah.
The shitest group of shite. Group E, Bayern and Ajax go through.
They
Another shite group.
played out 3-3.
Yeah. So you didn't see Muller
Muller
kick him out?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did. Oh, sorry. Man City and Leon go through.
Leon looked like a lot of fun.
They
They really are a lot of
best
fun.
player in Jam.
Did you see Fakir's goal?
He's amazing.
Oh,
He's had an amazing year. He's better this year than he was last year.
Poor Need.
Who got the most points? Porto did. 16.
Barca got 16 as well.
They got 14.
They're on 16 then.
Then you're like,
Group G, Madrid and Roma away. And in Group H, even though losing to Valencia in the last
Moscow beat
game.
Real Madrid home and away. It's the
First team to ever do it.
group.
First team to ever do it.
First team to keep clean sheets against them in like 20 odd matches.
That almost broke my head, what you said. That took so long for me to remember the home game. I was like, wait. Yeah, okay. And Juve and Man United go through. It's no real
If Man United had beaten Valencia, they would have topped the group.
What's the biggest surprise? Oh, that's true. What's the biggest surprise here, guys? Really, in terms, is it Inter not going through?
No.
And
I
that's
think
not a
after
big
4 games, it's a bit of a surprise Inter didn't go through.
I think like if you'd asked us after like game week 3, when like
I think I would have got it.
Like 1
Yeah.
point.
I think we all would have got it right, except for maybe Spurs.
I think at the start, but when the groups are made, you probably would have picked Barca first. Like Inter aren't that good.
Well,
They're good on paper, but they're not working well.
I suppose. All right, let's see
And
here.
they haven't won in 8 matches.
Do you want to talk about the Ireland draw for Euro 2020?
Some new and exciting fixtures.
Georgia,
We've never seen
done
before.
that. Gibraltar, done that.
happened.
Denmark, done that.
Switzerland's
they're new.
relatively new.
Shaq.
We've got a chance, but apparently if we finish third, I think if Switzerland win the group, because they got to the last 4 of the Nations League thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty much through already or something. So if they top their group, that means an extra spot opens for our playoffs. And then you go into a playoff if you finish third. Like, literally UEFA are doing everything. And then we were originally drawn with France, or Germany and Holland. And then they go, wait a minute, you can't have two countries in the same host. So they took us out of the group, put us with Switzerland and Denmark, and then they picked out Northern Ireland and put them in that group. And Michael O'Neill's face looked around and gone, that is a load of fucking shit.
Oh, because they're not technically part of the hosts.
Because the FIFA Stadium holding it.
Okay,
so and it was supposed to be us in that group.
So what you're saying is FIFA are doing everything possible so Ireland can play in Ireland in the competition.
Well, it's pretty much coming out that way, yes. But like there's 24 teams qualifying out of 50 or something.
Do we know how many games FIFA is going to get?
I think if we qualify, we're guaranteed is it 3 at home, 2 at home. But I think it's 5 overall, 4 overall.
Are we getting anything significant like
I think we're getting a quarterfinal, I think we're getting 2 quarterfinals on the last 16. But we're guaranteed if Ireland are in, we guarantee all our group games.
It's going to be so hard to get knockout tickets.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about if Ireland are in there. I mean just in general. I'd love to.
I don't think it would be hard.
You don't think people are like me?
The bandwagon will come out.
Well, no, of course it will. I just mean...
You don't see Slovakia against Portugal in the quarterfinal.
No, that's what I mean. We had the Europa League final and I was offered about 16 tickets to that.
That's different.
See what? How is Braga whatever different to Slovakia?
International football is more kind of
reformed.
Okay, here's the thing. I wasn't going to watch that Europa League final on the TV. I will be watching all of the Euros on the TV.
Well, like you watch all the games anyway.
Exactly. It's
like if Ireland are involved or not, like you're not going to miss a game.
Europa League to European Championships. You're a piece of work. River played 3, Boca Juniors 1. The finally happened, did it?
Yeah. So that was upset for Boca, but it was a bit of a mad match.
Competition that was created to celebrate Argentina splitting with Spain. The final was in Spain.
Yeah. Well, what's this thing about someone in the States in Miami? They're desperately trying to get a La Liga game over there. Getafe and Barca they tried to get, but it's just not happening.
No, I don't think they want to do it.
But it will.
They had the Charity Shield in Morocco, I think.
The players, they did, yeah. The players sort of blocked it because they didn't want it, so FIFA blocked it, and then now that this match was allowed being played in Spain.
Do you hear, Sweden match with 11 Sports is on both Spain?
They're thinking
about
closing.
That's the league's owner, and Bielsa's linked to the American team, Atlanta. They won the cup and they want a new manager. Yeah. And he says he wants to leave today as well. What's going on? We're 24 hours.
That's terrible.
We're second in the league and then it's all fucking on tits.
And you have a year's subscription.
Ah, yeah, well, sure.
So basically what happened was 11 Sports is a streaming service that bought up the rights to various different things.
UFC has got the same with PT.
Premier League goals.
Sorry, was that announced?
It's going to happen, looks like.
Okay, because obviously they'd have to pull out. So what was basically, 11 Sports wanted to just like air sports. They just wanted to get on either BT, Virgin or Sky as an extra channel as well. And it didn't happen. And they can't survive as a streaming service because people aren't ready for that yet. And so they're thinking about just shutting up shop.
I'm surprised people haven't.
You gave them your money.
But he's the Leeds owner, so I thought that was right.
No, I don't think you're bad.
You wanted to watch
and I wanted to watch Spanish football.
But there's a reason why Sky didn't want to pay.
Who get the Spanish games?
Well, see, they could go.
Are you in a position to rebid halfway through a season? I wonder. Like, if you're a Sky or BT.
I'm going to bid. Yeah.
The ITK soccer show's true.
I've got John socks and Neil's pajamas.
Dan's going to follow someone on Twitch who films the games, and then he's going to, on his mobile, film the guy filming the game.
Did we even mention you sleeping bollock night?
We were going to get on. I was going to get on to it before we finished. John, do you want to talk about it because it was your episode as I was high up in the bunk?
Well, as they were saying, Dan and Neil were having the Liverpool argument while drinking Southern Comfort, and I'd hit the wall, as runners call it. The wall. So the guys went for a Mexican, where Neil offered to pay the entire restaurant to Neil.
You have no idea how infuriating it was.
Anyway, so we went
back for another Mexican.
They were leaving the Mexican. They were all ready for a night out in town, and then someone realised that we were a group of 30-year-old men, and we could just drink back in the travel lodge. This did not sit well with the big dog Neil Marshall, who arrived. and drank, and then was just sitting there while we played 30 seconds. This is a very cool group of people we were with. And anyway, Dan decided that it was probably best to bring Neil home. Yeah, which he did. Neil did a sing song and got home. But Neil got to his bed and realised that.
By the way, no. Neil went and got food, right?
Why did he?
He went and got sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was in the boat up. I didn't even see him. I go, oh, what'd you get? Oh, I got a couple of sandwiches. He's eating them there. I'm like, Neil, have you got any left? I wouldn't mind one. No, just eat them all. He goes to
Did I
bed.
not offer you a sandwich? And then you said no. And then 10 minutes later you said yes. But I was like, nah, they're gone.
I can't
I think that
remember.
was what happened.
Maybe that's what happened, but you did say they were gone. And then we found like 2 sandwiches sitting there.
One.
Oh, was it one?
One.
Sorry.
Egg
And it
menu
was
sandwich,
fucked.
which he offered to you.
Yeah, of course.
Offered to eat the next day.
So because John had stayed out,
Yeah.
I just went into autopilot.
Passed out in mid conversation with me, by the way. You were talking, and then it went silent.
And I got naked. And I got to bed like I normally do because you weren't there, so I just didn't think
And
that
I
this
hadn't
was
had
going to be an
dinner,
issue.
so I went back to the hostel. I bought a packet of crisps, a bottle of Carlsberg, and a Twix. And I watched videos on my phone, just eating and drinking away. And then I got undressed, not Neil Marshall undressed, but properly undressed to sleep in. And I pick up the blanket. There's just this tiny pale white arms looking directly at me.
Absolutely.
I'm not in a position like, oh god,
tell him about the sheets. You need to reef them up.
The sheets are tucked
Yeah,
everywhere.
that was another thing. That he had the sheets tucked in between his legs. So I had to think of a way of getting the sheets so I wouldn't, freeze to death. This is Manchester in December. But the same way, do it in such a way that I wouldn't get a peek in the old Marshall box. So I did the classic, I just pulled and hid.
Pulled and roll.
Yeah, pull and roll.
Pulling the sheet off the table.
But the funniest thing was, I woke up at 7. It must have been about 7. It was getting kind of not bright, but it was kind of dawn outside, right? And I reached over, got me water, and I just looked down, and there's Neil's arse. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! So I went back to sleep. John then texted me about 10:15. Here, did we check in? Oh yes. And then he just texted me, Neil is naked, and I just started bricking laughing.
No, but you're wearing a vest.
I was.
So you didn't get the vest on.
I was sleeping like Ramsey Nesbitt. Right, that's all we have time for this week. Adam Joyce, by the way, whose tag we were on, congratulations. He's back on top of the Fantasy League. If you enjoyed the show, please check us out at ITK Soccer Show on Twitter, facebook.com/ITK Soccer Show, or go to YouTube and search for ITK Soccer Show. Click on Dan's channel, and that's where all of our episodes are archived. Unfortunately, there's not very many we get to talk about stags. The last one, though, did have a give out. And if you enjoyed the show, do let people know that we try and do it once a week for free, and we really appreciate knowing that new people are listening. Until next week, we'll talk to you again in 7 days.